Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so welcome to Studio Nightmares. My name is Phil Manley. I play in Terry Gross, thrill jockey recording artist Terry Gross. As a recording engineer, I've worked on a lot of sessions where the band wasn't prepared, but that's not a very good studio nightmare story. So the story I want to tell is a studio nightmare that was 100% of my own making. I was to record, this is all totally wide open, full disclosure. I'm not going to censor anyone's names or anything, okay? I was supposed to record a thrill jockey band, Barn Owl. I was really excited because I loved their music. I loved the band. I'd seen them play many times. I played with them. Life Coach had played many shows with them. Great people, great band, big fan. They were supposed to come to record at Lucky Cat Studios in San Francisco, where I worked for many years. Very comfortable working there. I'd recorded, I don't know, 100 sessions or more before I recorded them. So, and they're a two-piece, so it's like a no-brainer. You've got two guitar players and like everything is being fed through these two amps. It was going to be a really great session, totally looking forward to it. Band was well suited for the space, very good ambience, great live sound for a two-piece guitar band. And I got there early to set up, so I was like sure all the mics were all set up and everything was good to go, test everything, get it all working. But then I started getting hungry because I hadn't prepared, I didn't buy food on my way, or for whatever reason I was like, you know, I'm a little bit peckish. On the console, on like the rack behind the mixing board was a lemon bar, which I knew was a cannabis, like edible, you know, for whatever, medicinal marijuana lemon bar. And I ate half of it. And I think someone had even warned me that it was incredibly strong and to be careful. But at that moment when I ingested it, I wasn't listening to that voice in my head. And so the band shows up like shortly thereafter and we get set up and everything's going well, but then it starts to set in how fucking stoned I was becoming. And I didn't know I'd never met the band. You know what, I should back up. I said that I'd played shows with them. I didn't actually know them that well. Like, I'd met them, but they weren't like bros. Like, yeah. They weren't like, anyway. So it starts to like dawn on me. I certainly never recorded them in the studio. So there was a lot of still like kind of getting to know each other. But it started to dawn on me how fucking stoned I was. And I was like, okay, I'm barely hanging on. I can like little things like, can I press stop at the end of the take? Like, can I operate a computer keyboard? Like, much less like focus on the computer screen. Yeah. Like my world was like caving in on me. Like the hardest, most insane drug overdose I've ever had. Like, and I've been on bad trips on acid and on mushrooms and on any other drug, and it was like, this is like, do I call an ambulance? Like I'm
right. I can't breathe.
I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah,
like all of it.
All that,
bad
that
trip,
whole thing.
Panic attack, all of it. And this is happening. I feel like it's happening for hours, and it probably was at least for a couple hours. But then there's that point at which you hit the zenith, and then it turns, and you start to come back down. And then I started to realize that it was wearing off, and I was like, oh my God, like fuck yes, I'm not gonna die, right? And all the while I'm still operating a session. I'm like, yeah, that was a pretty good take, but I think, why don't we try it again? And I think I was doing it on a tape machine too, which like made it even more.
Well, you were doing it on the MM1100.
Yes, on Kurt's old tape machine.
Oh, no.
So it made it even more insane because I was like wrestling with this.
Right, and you're like, don't just press stop because the tape will break.
No,
you
like
know,
all of this was just like way too much.
Did the band notice?
No. Okay, so the next day, like the day finishes and like I'm like totally, I'm not certainly not sober by the end of the session, but I'm like at least not having a panic attack, or I haven't died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
And then the next day I show up and I was like, you know, we like got started, we listened back to the stuff we'd recorded the day before, and I was like, oh my God, thank God. Like there was like a couple moments when maybe there was like a little clipping, but it was not, there was nothing catastrophic, right? Like, which could easily have been, you know, anyway. So yeah, the next day, it was like sort of business as usual, right? Or they made no mention, and I didn't hear anything that was that perked their ears up, or like whatever. And then eventually we settled in, and I was like, full disclosure, yesterday I had the worst drug experience of my life during your session, and I just wanted to make it like, if I was acting weird or anything, like, just please understand. And then I told them the whole story, and they're like, we had no idea.
I can't believe that you didn't just tell them.
I know, and I was just like so nervous that like they would lose trust in me because I had done something so fucking stupid before their session. Like,
right.
I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
I just like, it was such a bummer, but I'm so glad that it actually worked out well. And I love listening to that record. I don't even think about that when I'm listening to that record. Like,
Doesn't give you flashbacks.
no, it came out really well.
That's all I'll think of.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Oh, dude, it was the worst. It was the worst. Don't eat weed. Just smoke it. Jesus.
Come on, people.